George. I knew George from the neighborhood. I knew George from Tompkins Square Park. And throughout the years, we became very good friends. I would sit with him and have these amazing conversations about writing and politics in front of the Krishna tree. He would be there with his small dog Biscuit. I think that in some ways people used to think we were a little like the odd couple. He was a small, graying man, and I was a relatively large, tattooed person. But at the same time, we both had in common. So the light went off. Is that okay?
Oh shit. Which light?
I can't see myself, so you're gonna have to edit this out.
Oh, it's still working.
Okay.
It still works.
You'll just edit that out, won't you?
Yeah, I would left you because I didn't want it to. No, you see, I'm in it.
Okay. We found that we had in spite of my appearance, we found that we had a lot in common. Both of us were incredible intellectuals and very well read. Both of us had come originally from another part of the planet. Both of us had gone to law school. He never finished and I never finished, so we used to have this strange joke that between the two of us we might make a lawyer. And he was a writer, and I write quite a bit. That is my thing. He was very fascinated with the fact that I was also a circus performer. He couldn't believe it. I spent a lot of time with George. I used to visit him a few times a week when he got sick, and he would watch tennis, all the statistics. He would talk a lot. He would tell me some of his dreams. He used to live in the top floor of in the Village View, and there was an incredible view of New York City. So one day he begins to tell me this dream, and I finally knew where it came from. He said he was dreaming that he was sitting on a cloud overlooking New York, way in the future. That was a little bit of his global warming dream, and that he was throwing pennies at the gondoliers that were pushing their boats through the canals that made up Avenue A, B, C, D, and I thought that was such a poignant observation that he made on the situation of our world today. I love his tales, and I used to love his tales of Paris and the Czech Republic. He had these vivid descriptions of the streets in Prague and the trolleys, and he would speak a lot about the big house he lived in Paris, the duplex, the chickens in the backyard. Speaking to him would be somewhat akin to getting into a time machine, because he would begin to wax poetic of all these adventures in his life, and if you listen very carefully, you would feel that he was taking you to all these places, which is the ability that a really good writer, a really good intellectual has. So I could sit there and speak to him for a couple hours and get a feel for New York City in the 1950s, or get a feel for Avenue A in the 1960s, or walk around Champs-Élysées in Paris in 19 whatever, and that I consider was a great gift, because what it enabled me to do was use my imagination and open my eyes to things that